Okay, sorry about that. The call that came in actually disrupted my recording. So now, okay, we are GitHub now. So now, if you want to generate a person access token, because you need it to actually clone your repository, as you can see, the next task is create a person access token on GitHub. So now, how will you do that? So just go to GitHub after you must have created your account and log in. Now, you see this where your profile picture should be. Click on it. Now, look for settings there. Okay, this is settings, sorry. So now under settings, just scroll down and look for developer settings. Okay, here it is. So click on it. So can you see person access token here? Now there's something about generating this person access token. Now if you generate it here, you have to protect it like your password. Like you have to protect it like your password. It's very important. And once you generate it, you only see it once. So just copy it and keep it somewhere safe. Now you will see two tokens here. The difference between these two tokens is that this fine grain, they actually serve the same purpose here, but the difference is that this fine grained token expires, I think every 3 months or thereabout, but this token classic, it doesn't expire. So if you feel you can actually, you are the type that is careless with your password and stuff like that, you can actually generate this, because after 3 months you have to generate another one. Let me click on it so you will see. So now, so just click on generate new token and follow prompt. I already have a token, so I don't want to generate another one now. But the advantage of the classic token is that it doesn't expire. It doesn't expire, and which is one. That is what I use, because for my ALX program we push almost every time, we clone almost every time, so I don't want to be going back and forth. So now, if you come here to see generate new token, so you will come here and generate it. So once you're done generating it, it will bring a key. Do you understand? So you'll just copy it and keep it somewhere. Do you get? Just copy it and keep it somewhere safe. Now after doing this, you can go back to the home page. Now what's the next task you're supposed to do? Now step 2 is for you to update your profile on intranet. So on the intranet, I think there's a space where you're supposed to, where you have social presence, you put your GitHub username. I don't think that's really important here, but let me see if I can actually get it. So I will just do everything so you can understand it properly. Okay, I'm not sure I can remember where the social presence is. Let's check anyways. Yeah, okay, this is where you put it. So your GitHub username, because it will be unique. You can't pick something another person has used before. It won't even accept it. So you put your GitHub username here. Do you understand? You put it here. So now, after that, what's the next thing you're supposed to do? Let's check. Now you will create your first repository on GitHub. So now you come here, you see this new button, just click on it. New repository, as you can see now. So now, what's the name? You're supposed to put here ALX pre-course. That's the name. ALX pre-course. Okay. As you can see, that's the name you're supposed to put here. It's telling me the name already exists because I've already created. I have a repository with the same name when I started the program, so that's why it's telling me this. But if I can you see it's now green? So that's the name you put there. Then the description is always optional, but ALX said you should actually add this. So all you have to do is just come here, copy it, then come here and paste it here. Do you understand? So now, after you must have created it, then this site should be public. It must be public always. Then you were instructed not to add a readme file, so just leave it. So just come here and click on create. Do you understand? You come here and click on create. So now, after you must have created it, okay, let's go back. So after you must have created it, this is the one I created. Then you will come here. It will take you to where the link is. Do you understand? It will take you to where the link is. I'm trying to look for that. This is the link for this particular repository that I created back then. So I just copied. The reason why I copied, like, I want to show you how you clone into this from your local terminal. So now I've copied it now. Okay, now, so here I am. So now the next thing you're supposed to do is open your sandbox and go to your web terminal according to the instruction here. So my web terminal is already open here. Okay. So now I say clone your repository. On the web terminal, do the following: clone your repository with this. Now look at this. Look at this. If I paste this link here, I will show you the similarity, and the only thing you need to always add once you've copied the repository link. Now if you want to clone into any repository, the command is git space clone space, then the repository link, which is this. Can you see this? Now watch this. Okay, let me enlarge this so you'll be able to see it very well. Now watch this. Look at the sample that ALX gave you. Look at this. As you can see, git clone. Look at this. Now look at what I have. I have git, right? I have clone. Now this is the URL. Yeah. Now look at this. GitHub / your username. This is my own username, as you can see here. And this is the name of the repository .git. Now that personal token I told you to go and generate, this is where you use it. I will show you now. Now supposing my own personal token is GHP/123. Okay, now this is where I'll put it. You see this in front of this. As you can see, following this format, this curly braces, you will not put it, you will remove it. You will remove it because it won't fly without it. It will give an error message. You will remove it. Just telling you what to insert and where to insert it. Now this is where you insert your personal access token. You see in front of this double / before the G on the GitHub. Look at this on the web terminal. So let's assume your personal access tokens GHP/123456789. It's usually very long, like alphanumeric. You see alphabet and numbers there. So now that's why you insert it. You now put @. Do you understand? You put @. So once you put @ like this, just hit enter. Once you hit enter, you will see this cloning into ALX precourse. Now you see this message warning you appear to have cloned an empty repository because there is nothing in the repository. So that's why it's giving you this message. Do you understand? So once you've cloned it, so once you're done cloning it, that means you've actually brought the repository, you've pulled it from your GitHub account on the net into your local machine. So it is now on your terminal. Do you understand? So you can now enter this directory. You can enter this repo on your local terminal. Do you understand? Now let me show you. Let me show you. Now I've already done the task, so I can actually, so I have it on my local terminal already. Now cd into, look at this, ALX. Okay, wait. Let me do ALX to see. Okay, I think I ended up deleting it. It was due to a task or something. So once you are able to clone into it, yeah, you can actually cd into the directory. Do you understand? Just as if you're going in. So if you look at the instruction now. So all the next task is for you to cd into that repository, because it's now on your web terminal on your local machine. So you can just cd into it using the normal cd command. You see? Can you see this? So it will, you go into the repository, then you can now start creating files, modifying anything you want to modify, and once you're done, you can push it back to GitHub account. So now the first thing you're supposed to do is create the file readme.md with the content my first readme tip, my first readme. So now you can actually use anything you want here now. I don't know why I don't have a directory. I don't have it. Okay. So now the next thing you're supposed to do is, let's assume I'm inside the repository. So the next thing you're supposed to do is you create a file named readme. So how do you do that? The task you've been doing previously, this is where you put it to use. You know, you've been creating file, inserting, putting answers. So this is where you start using it now. So now how will you create as it? You can actually choose anything. If you like, you can use Emacs. If you like, you can use VHI. It's your choice. It's your choice, because it will be stated there that you can either use, let's go back to the instruction. Okay, it's not there, but your subsequent what's it called, task, it will be stated there that you can actually, you can either use Emacs, VI, or Vim, either of those three text editors. So now, yeah, what you're supposed to do is, where is the readme file again? So I think it should be the first task. Okay, this is it here. They say create the readme file. So just like you've been creating the previous task, so just do Emacs, then the file name readme.md, press enter. Do you understand? So now what are you supposed to do? They said you should, right, this is what you put here inside. This is what you're supposed to put inside your readme file. Can you see that? So you save it and you exit. Okay, I don't want to save it. Okay, exit. Okay, so I'm back to my terminal. So that is how you create it. So after creating all these things, just follow the instruction. It's actually very easy. Now there's something you need to do first. You need to configure your Git, the global configuration. You need to do it that first time, so that your subsequent Git pushing, if you want to push things into to your GitHub, it won't be requesting for username and password. Because if you don't do this, it will be requesting for username and password whenever you want to push your work to GitHub. And this is what you do on daily basis at ALX. Like now, this is how you will do it. on your terminal, do git config, then dash dash global. Do you understand? Then your username dot email. Can you see this? Just follow this example. Like for instance, on my own email, the email I'm using for the GitHub account. So that's where you will use it. Okay. Let's see. Mine is at gmail.com. This is the email I use to log in into my GitHub account. So just press enter. Okay. So once you hit enter now, it will request for your name. So this next stage will come up. Do you understand? Now, username dot name. Just follow this instruction. It's very easy. There's nothing complicated about it. Okay. Follow this instruction. So you do the next thing. You understand? So after you've done this and it was successful, the next thing you will do is then you can now start pushing your files to GitHub. And if you've gone through your GitHub material, you must be familiar with all this. If you want to add, you have to add. Do git add. Now if you do dot, that means you are pushing, you want to add all the files in your directory to GitHub. So this dot here means you are adding all the files in your directory to GitHub. But if you want to add a single file, you can actually do git add, then the file name readme .md. Then that means I'm adding just the readme file. Do you understand? But if you use the dot, that means you're adding all the file in your directory, in the directory that you are inside. You're adding it to GitHub. Now after doing that, you will commit. Do git commit. That means like this git commit, you are not inside, your files are not inside GitHub yet until you do git push. Now after you've done this git commit, there's something we call staging area. That means your file is actually at the staging area. So now if you want to know, maybe probably you were doing it and you were distracted with something else, so you only want to know which file you've pushed and which one you've done halfway. Just do git status, enter. It will tell you, as you can see, nothing added to commit, but on track file present, da, 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 da. So it will tell you where you are. Do you understand? It will tell you if there's any pending file that you've added that you've not committed, or if there's any file you've committed that you've not git push. Do you understand? So just follow this instruction here, all this instruction here. It's very simple. So you do git add dot for to add all your files to GitHub. Then the next one is git commit. Then you put your message here. This is how, let me show you this. Sorry, let me clear this. It's becoming okay. So to commit, git commit, understand, to add a message, then your exclamation, your quotation, it could be single, it could be double, it doesn't mean it's the same thing. So you put your message here. My first commit, sorry, my first commit, you put it here, you hit enter. Then after you've committed your files, then you git push. That's the last thing you will do. So once you do your git push, just go to your GitHub. Once you git push and it was successful, go to your GitHub, refresh it. The file you created must have reflected inside your repository. Your file must have reflected inside your repository. Do you understand? So that's how you add files to your GitHub. So as you can see now, just let's look at the instruction here. So GitHub. So after that, you will get this kind of messages. See this responses. This is, you'll get something similar. as you can see. So after you've committed your files, so you do git push here. So after pushing it, you'll get something like this, prompt. This is what you get. That means it was successful. Do you understand? So after you've done this, sorry, like everything here, after you've done this, go to your GitHub, refresh it. You will realize that the README file you created on your local terminal is inside your GitHub account. So just go and check it. Okay, so that's how you add your files to GitHub. So whatever changes you make, once you create any file, you modify any file, you push it to your GitHub so that your checker can actually check. Okay, so that's that about Git.